that Nike has now gotten involved in the trolling of Angel Reese, as they have decided to put a billboard in Chicago right down the road from where Angel Reese plays.
Angel Reese is furious, and her fans are spiraling, and it's absolutely glorious to watch. Why? Because towering above the streets of Chicago, right in what's supposed to be Reese's kingdom, is a massive billboard featuring none other than CaitlinClark. Yes, Clark's face beams down on Reese's home turf, and her fans are treating it like a national crisis. You'd think their queen just got evicted from her palace.
This is one of the billboards, bro. So as y'all can see, it's not one, but it's two damn billboards in downtown Chicago.
Social media is flooded with their outrage. Words like disrespectful, disgusting, and every other D word they can think of are being thrown around. But here's the truth. That billboard is exactly where it belongs. Billboards don't go up for players who miss layups and talk more than they hoop. They go up for superstars, game changers like CaitlinClark. Chicago just sent a message loud and clear. We know who the real star is. And guess what? According to Basketball Reference, Clark's player page is the most visited even in Illinois. Yes, even Reese's own home state is more interested in CaitlinClark than in Reese.
No way! They finna put a CaitlinClark billboard in Angel Reese City. And I'll be damned, they did. Oh, they super did. They got not one billboard, but two billboards right next to each other.
Of course, Reese's fans are scrambling, desperately trying to convince anyone who'll listen that this is some kind of insult or injustice to the so-called face of the league. But let's be clear, this is business. Brands want the face that moves the needle, not the player racking up bricks like she's building a house. The reality? CaitlinClark is the future. Angel Reese is just background noise.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Clark isn't just popular because she's good. She's popular because she's changed the entire perception of women's basketball. People tune in for her. Kids imitate her logo shots. Adults who never watched a WNBA game are now marking their calendars for Indiana Fever games. Meanwhile, Reese's fans are still reminiscing about that one NCAA tournament run where she was carried to a national championship. Because honestly, there's not much else to celebrate.
And it's hilarious because it's my understanding now, she keeps telling us, Angel Reese keeps telling us that it's not just CaitlinClark, that she's part of this brigade of women's basketball players that are leading all these new viewers into the WNBA. And I think it's these ratings right here that prove the biggest point.
And what's Angel Reese doing while Clark is out here shaping the future? She's busy making TikToks and showing up at every event that'll have her. Clout chasing might get you likes, but it doesn't get you wins.
So here we have the Chicago Sky social media page, everybody. I believe it's their Facebook account. You see they want to type in the mix of caps and lowercase to act like you're mocking somebody, right? So let's read this together. I know you Angel Reese fans also, y'all don't have that much intelligence and y'all got her GPA. So let's read out loud together, shall we, everybody? But why did the Chicago Sky hate the Fever? They play too hard. They talk too much.
Let's be honest, that billboard didn't go up by accident. CaitlinClark earned every pixel of that giant display in the heart of Chicago. While Reese's fans act like someone burned her jersey in the street, Clark was busy rewriting the history books, filling arenas, shattering records, and inspiring the next generation. You don't get a billboard because you talk the loudest. You get it because you play the best.
This is more statistical data that proves, no, nobody's tuning in to see Angel Reese.
And that's what Reese's fan base can't handle. Deep down, they know the truth hurts. Their queen is out here missing layups while Caitlin is hitting logo threes and making defenders look like traffic cones. The part that really has them in shambles? Put Angel Reese and CaitlinClark side by side in Chicago, or anywhere, really, and Clark's star still shines the brightest. Every time Clark plays in Chicago, the arena sells out, and more than half the fans root for the Fever. While Reese is busy getting ejected from games and posting cryptic tweets, Caitlin is letting her game do the talking. She's leading, winning, and becoming the face of the league. That's why she's on that billboard. That's why brands are lining up to work with her. That's why every city, even Reese's so-called home turf, is embracing CaitlinClark.
You think about the business and the long-term effects of the WNBA and how do we continue to make this a viable league and keep these fans around that you have? You got to think long-term. And in terms of longevity, CaitlinClark provides that right now. She is a buzzword. She is trending globally, not nationally, globally. Regardless of what team you play for, whether you're a fan, everyone's talking about her right now.
But just when you thought the meltdown was over, Reese's fans found something new to cry about. This time, it wasn't just the billboard, it was Kelsey Plum who had them foaming at the mouth. That's right, Plum, two-time WNBA champion, Olympian, certified baller, and someone who actually wins, dropped a simple take. The Sparks have the best front court in the league. You'd think she declared war on Chicago with the way Reese's fans lost their minds.
Took her luggage and went over to LA, and yesterday was her introductory press conference where she said something that was true in nature. But again, this is the WNBA, and no matter how true, no matter how factual something may be, it doesn't matter. We deal in feelings. We don't deal with facts, but we deal with feelings.
Apparently, in their world, saying anything that doesn't put Angel Reese on a pedestal is an attack. In their minds, having Reese on your roster automatically makes you the best team in the league. Forget skill, forget records. If Angel's there, that's all you need, right? Wrong. Reese's fans live in an alternate reality where her presence alone guarantees rings. But last time I checked, her team missed the playoffs. And not just that, their record actually got worse after Reese joined.
What is it about this young core, that young group that stands out to you?
I think their versatility. If you go down the line, Cam, I think Cam is a defensive player of the year, just waiting to brew. Rakia's an all-star. Ray Burrell's just tremendous talent, and I think that she could be one of the best two-way guards in the league. So when you look at the versatility, everyone can shoot. They can play multiple positions. They can guard multiple positions, and they're all competitors. They want to win. They want to get better. They want to be great.
But of course, facts don't matter to these people. When Kelsey Plum spoke the truth, they called it shade. No, that's not shade, that's reality. The Sparks have built a powerhouse frontcourt with size, skill, and actual production. Reese's team? A lot of talking, not a lot of winning. But Reese's fans don't want to hear that. They'd rather plug their ears and chant double-double machine, like it's a spell that'll turn bricks into baskets. Here's the thing, Kelsey Plum didn't say anything about Reese personally. She just gave credit where it's due. But when you're insecure about your favorite player's performance, everything feels like a threat. That's why they are so defensive. Deep down, they know that if Reese were truly that girl, if she was really on CaitlinClark's level, they wouldn't need to defend her every time someone told the truth. The wins would speak for themselves. But they don't, and that's why every comment, every ranking, and every billboard feels like a gut punch.
Days out of 7 days, I would much rather pick De'Erica Hamby and Cameron Brink over Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. That's just me. That's just the fact of the matter.
Reese's fans have built this bizarre fantasy world where Angel's mere presence on a roster is supposed to strike fear into the entire WNBA. Like the moment she laces up her sneakers, everyone else is supposed to pack up and go home. Sorry, but basketball doesn't work like that, especially when half those sneakers are clamping toward another missed layup. Yet here they are, clutching their pearls and acting like Kelsey Plum personally insulted their grandmother just because she dared to say the Sparks have the best front line in the league. Let's call it what it is, delusion. Angel Reese is talented, sure, but she's not the second coming of Lisa Leslie. And she's definitely not the face of the WNBA. But try telling that to her fans. They think grabbing her own bricks off the backboard counts as dominance. Newsflash, that's not elite basketball.
Did kind of make me sad because as bad as she is at layups, and she is bad, I'm going to go over percentages in a second, I don't like to see someone's confidence completely destroyed like that. It's not, what we don't set out to do that in sports. We set out to say, hey, you need to do this better. Or I don't set out to do that. But it's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at layups.
Speaking of those bricks, can we finally address the layup situation? What is going on there? Watching Reese drive to the basket is like watching someone with a personal vendetta against scoring. Is she aiming for the hoop or trying to make friends with the shot clock? Every time she misses from point-blank range, and let's be honest, that's often, you can practically hear the collective sigh from the crowd. Yet, she celebrates like she just hit a game winner when she finally gets one to drop after 4 tries. That's not stat padding, that's stat begging.
I was looking at her stats. I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad.
But what makes it even funnier is Reese's own claims about changing the game. Changing what exactly? The league's tolerance for missed layups? If there's a trophy for the most dramatic flail after contact, sure, give it to her. But the idea that Angel Reese is revolutionizing women's basketball? Please. The only thing she's changing is the definition of a highlight reel, because apparently, now it includes 6 missed shots followed by a free throw. CaitlinClark is doing what real stars do, dominating. She's not begging for attention, she's earning it. When fans tune in to watch Clark, they know they're about to witness something special. She's launching deep threes from the logo, threading passes with surgical precision, and elevating the play of everyone around her. The numbers don't lie. When CaitlinClark plays, arenas sell out, TV ratings skyrocket, and millions of young players try to mimic her moves. That's real impact. In contrast, Angel Reese's games barely draw a fraction of that attention. Sure, she has a fan base, but let's be honest, many tune in more for the drama than the basketball. Is she arguing with the ref again? Flopping after missing an easy shot? Celebrating a rebound like she just won Olympic gold? It often feels more like reality TV than elite basketball. That's the core difference. CaitlinClark is making history, while Angel Reese is making headlines. Only one of those truly matters. Clark's dominance isn't confined to the court. Recently, a massive billboard of her smiling face lit up Chicago, causing an uproar among Reese's fans. They saw it as a personal attack, but this isn't about city loyalty or respect. It's about reality. Deep down, Reese's fans know Clark embodies everything they wish their favorite player could be. Every record-breaking stat, every sold-out jersey, and every highlight reel reminds them of the growing gap between the two players. The response? Twitter tantrums, excuses, and endless blame on the media. Anything to avoid the truth. But the truth is clear, looming as large as that billboard. CaitlinClark is the future, and Angel Reese is becoming the past. Clark's arrival is a warning to the league. She's not just here to play, she's here to dominate. And as she lights up the WNBA next season, dropping 30-point games on Reese's team, fans in Chicago and beyond will proudly wear her jersey courtside. Clark isn't just moving the needle, she is the needle. She dictates the conversation. Her impact off the court is as significant as her performance on it. Staying in the Midwest, playing for a franchise that invests in women's sports, Clark knows her presence is transformative. She's grateful to be part of a franchise that believes in building a championship team, and she's determined to deliver results. Meanwhile, Reese is stuck in the cycle of social media antics and inconsistent performances. While Reese posts TikToks about changing the game, Clark is actually changing it. She's shattering records, hitting logo threes effortlessly, and ensuring packed WNBA arenas. Attention isn't something Clark seeks, it follows her because of her undeniable talent. This reality burns Reese's fans. They know Clark doesn't need gimmicks, she's simply better. The upcoming WNBA season is poised to be Clark's stage for an undeniable takeover. The Indiana Fever aren't just showcasing a star player, they're unleashing a future MVP. Clark plays the game in a way that captivates fans and makes her team better. Records and stats come naturally to her because of her sheer skill and work ethic. Reese's fans can keep convincing themselves that she's the future. They can write endless think pieces about her cultural impact. But every time they see Clark's face on a billboard, they'll be reminded of who really runs the league. Clark is driving ticket sales, dominating ESPN's coverage, and inspiring the next generation. Angel Reese might be loud, but CaitlinClark is legendary. This billboard in Chicago is just the beginning. Soon, Clark's face will grace billboards in every major city, New York, Los Angeles, even in front of the Las Vegas Aces Arena, where AJA Wilson will see her future competition for MVP honors. Reese's fans can keep chanting about change, but Clark has already changed the game. She's not chasing clout, she's forcing everyone to acknowledge her greatness. Clark's journey is one of relentless hard work and undeniable talent. Her deep shooting range, court vision, and leadership make her a generational talent. She's the player kids emulate, the one broadcasters can't stop talking about, and the athlete every franchise dreams of building around. Clark's rise isn't about media hype, it's about consistent excellence that demands attention. Angel Reese, on the other hand, has leaned heavily on her personality and off-court presence. While there's nothing wrong with building a brand, it becomes problematic when the on-court performance doesn't back it up. Fans are starting to see through the noise. Reese's highlight moments are becoming rarer, while her controversies are becoming more frequent. Clark doesn't need to be controversial. Her game speaks loud enough. As Clark continues to break records and push boundaries, the league is witnessing a shift. The focus is moving from drama-filled narratives to pure basketball brilliance. Clark's presence is a reminder that talent and hard work still matter the most. Every shot she makes from the logo, every pinpoint pass, and every game-winning performance solidifies her place as the face of the WNBA's future. Reese's supporters might argue that she brings a different kind of energy to the game, but energy alone doesn't fill arenas or break viewership records. Clark supporters don't need to make excuses. They have the stats, the wins, and the highlights to back up their claims. The billboard isn't just an ad, it's a statement. It's a signal that Clark is here to stay, and the league will have to revolve around her brilliance. Clark's influence extends beyond the court. She's inspiring young athletes, driving merchandise sales, and bringing unparalleled attention to women's basketball. Her journey from college stardom to WNBA sensation is one of dedication and excellence. Reese's fans can dismiss it as media favoritism, but deep down, they know Clark's game is undeniable. The billboard wars might just be starting, but Clark has already won the battle that matters most, the one on the court. While Reese grapples with consistency and off-court distractions, Clark is focused on championships, records, and legacy. This isn't just a phase. This is the beginning of an era dominated by CaitlinClark. As the new season approaches, one thing is clear: CaitlinClark isn't just a star, she's a legend in the making. And every billboard that goes up is just another reminder of who truly runs women's basketball. Reese can keep making headlines, but Clark is making history.